Hi everybody. So I am recording this video to share my home party presentation with you. This is just to help out any teammates that are curious. And actually I do have a home party on Sunday, so I'd be happy to have her record me just so you can see me in action at a live party. So right now I'm in a hotel bathroom. I'm with my family. We're just having a little one night getaway, and this is the quietest place in the hotel room. So I'm just going to, so don't mind the towels behind me. So I'm going to speak to you now as if you are a guest in the living room at a home party. And I'll just use my hostess. I have a hostess coming up on Sunday, so I'm just going to use her name as I speak in this party presentation. So what I do first is I do ask the hostess to just let me know when she is ready to get going, when she thinks everybody that's here, but I generally like to get started. I like the party to start 15 minutes after the start time. Sometimes it winds up being 30 minutes because people are filing in and they're chatting and they're eating, but then I really make it my goal to not let my presentation get longer than 25 minutes. I would love to get it to about 15 minutes. That would be amazing. But generally it runs about 20-25 minutes. So I hope that helps you. So welcome everybody to Lisa's Trades of Hope Party with a Purpose. Today is about celebrating hope. There are so many things in our world that feel so heavy and dark and discouraging. And certainly the issues that Trades of Hope is on a mission to end poverty and human trafficking. And we do that through the sale of beautiful handcrafted fair trade pieces that you see here today and that you're going to learn more about and that you're going to get to try on and enjoy. And so even though these things are can feel really heavy, there is hope and there's light and there's inspiration. And Lisa and I have gathered together with you today so that we can just be a part of sharing hope, spreading hope, and bringing hope. And so first I want to start by thanking Lisa. If it weren't for you, Lisa, then there is no Trades of Hope. So thank you for your heart to want to be a voice and an advocate for women and their children, to help moms be able to keep their babies and to feed them and to provide for them. You are helping women around the globe be the hero of their own stories. So I like to do this for my hostesses. You know, it's so easy for us to focus on the negative and things that aren't working, but to really stop and to encourage and think about the best in ourselves and others, sometimes that can feel like a challenge. So in honor of Lisa and her heart to serve us today and gather us together, I would love anyone that's willing to just think about one thing that you love and appreciate about Lisa, and if you'd be willing to share that. So let's just lift up Lisa and let her know how thankful we are for her. So then I take generally about 5 minutes, and I just let people share as they want to. I don't want anybody to feel like they have to or to be put on the spot, but and so I don't want to make people feel awkward, but usually most people are willing to share. And sometimes I just say, hey, we only have time for about 3 people, depending on the size of the crowd. And then it doesn't make anybody feel awkward, and I let everybody share, and then I usually wrap it up and say, I met Lisa. This is the ripple effect of Trades of Hope. So I met Lisa actually at Jenny's home party, and I met Jenny at an online Facebook party through this friend who I met through another online party, who I met at another online party, and this goes all the way back to a party that was hosted 3 years ago with a girlfriend of mine from high school. She hosted a Facebook party, and all these ripples have happened as a result of her. So isn't that incredible that we're here today because of that? And I just appreciate so much Lisa really just has a heart to gather and to empower. She's a passion for seeing women be able to rise up and be the heroes of their own story. So thank you, Lisa, for your time and for gathering us together. And the very best way I can thank Lisa is that she is going to get to do some free shopping. So I can't wait to bless her with that. We have a chance today to actually help provide nutritious lunches for students at a school that we sponsor in Haiti. That's just an extra cherry on top of the cake of what we get to do together. In addition to all of the artisans whose lives are just being empowered and strengthened by the products that you fall in love with and that you decide to shop. But Lisa, most of my hostesses, they earn anywhere from 3 to 5 or more products for free. And so she is gonna get to be blessed, and I can't wait to spoil her with that. But first, I just want to say, you know, I want to talk to all of you today about showing up. So I wanted to share just a story and let you know a little bit more about me. I've had the joy of being with Trades of Hope now for 5 years, and I was introduced through to Trades of Hope by a friend of mine, just in the same way as you, at a party. And I wasn't able to show up in person for that party, but because I love my friend and want to support her, I showed up by checking out the link online. I had no idea what Trades of Hope was. And so maybe some of you today have come because you just want to show up for your friend. You love Lisa and you wanted to be here. Maybe you know that she makes the best snacks, or that she serves great wine, or that or you really do know about fair trade, and so you just wanted to see what Trades of Hope has. Maybe you already know about Trades of Hope and you just wanted to see the new fall collection. For whatever reason has brought you here, you have shown up today. And because you have decided to show up, then we are able to show up for women who really, really need it. But the truth is that we all need, there are times in our life where we all need someone to show up for us. And so for me, 1 year ago, I was at a business retreat with Trades of Hope, and really, really struggling with wanting more in my business and wanting to be able to overcome some personal barriers and setbacks. And I would hear these amazing opportunities to do incredible things with my business. And I would think, man, that's amazing. That's so inspiring. And then I would feel this like a brick in my chest when I would think about me actually accomplishing that. And I was sharing this and my struggle with another compassionate entrepreneur at the retreat. And she looked in my eyes and she said, Spring, I want to pray over you. I just want to pray over you. Let's get together. So when we had our last evening for the retreat, she and I met, and at this point it was like 10:30 at night. And we sat down and we began to pray. And as we prayed, I recalled one of my earliest memories as something that happened between me and my dad, and I was 4 years old. And I experienced such a rejection in that. I can remember the room I was in, the things that I was doing, and that set the course for me having this very just a long-standing fear of rejection. And that fear of rejection was holding me back in so many ways. And so I didn't know I needed it, but I needed a friend to show up for me, to help me dig into these things. And because Tracy showed up for me to pray over me and to be there for me, I then left with just, I was able to identify that fear of rejection, and I was able to say, you know what, I can call you out, I can get this out, and I can release you because you don't have authority over me. And it was at that moment that I really claimed the authority over who I am in Jesus. And there was just a new level of freedom that came out of that time. And I don't know if you've ever felt that way before, but I do know that we all have ways that we need someone to show up for us. And I want you to think now about a time that you felt that you needed someone to show up. Because then when that happens for us and that person shows up for us, we then are ready and prepared to show up for someone else when they need us. And so I have a friend in she lives in Florida now, but she started a mission and a ministry, very like-minded to Trades of Hope. She started this in Haiti, right around the time when Trades of Hope was started, which was almost 9 years ago. And I had a chance to meet Shelly. I traveled to Haiti and met all of our artisan partners there. Trades of Hope actually partners with, when I say artisan, that means the woman or the man. We have 80% women artisan partners and 20% men. And so when I say artisan, I mean the talented, gifted person that handcrafted the products that you will see today. And so we have artisans in 17 different countries and over 28 groups in those countries. And so I met all of our partners in Haiti. And when I was there, I had actually heard the story. I had another Trades of Hope colleague who had traveled a year before me, and she shared a story about a woman named Genia who was starting her first day of work when my friend met her a year before. And it was at that time, Genia started her business in Haiti at the very same time that I was just learning about Trades of Hope and preparing to start my journey. So I was always so captivated by the idea of another mom in Haiti whose life was transformed in the best way because of this business partnership that we share. And Genia is a woman like all of us who was experiencing so much trouble and hardship, and she needed someone to show up for her. And there are many mamas in Haiti that do not have the opportunity for work. They don't lack ability, they just lack opportunity. And Genia had a 9-month-old baby, Chrisnelli, at the time. She would, and when you're looking for work in Haiti, what that means is you have a baby, and so you have your baby on your hip and you're standing outside in extreme heat and the beating down sun, but you're standing in line because if you aren't able to get work, then you don't have food. There's no options. You might try to get credit at the store, but that only goes for so long. And charity will only go for so long as well. It's not sustainable, and it's not reliable because it's not giving you the power and ability to do for yourself that you know that you can provide. So you're dependent on others and other things. And so Genia was desperate. She had no family, no living family, and she was sleeping just, I think it was an unfinished place on the floor with her baby. And she was so scared and afraid that she couldn't feed her child, and her baby would be starving, and she couldn't eat, but more importantly to her, she couldn't feed her baby. And so she was looking around at the orphanages on every corner and feeling compelled to potentially give her baby over to an orphanage, to give up her rights as a mom for her daughter. Her love for her daughter was compelling her to have to give her daughter to another family. Like this, an unbelievably heartbreaking choice that no mother should ever have to face because she just needs work. But providentially and thankfully, Shelly showed up for Genia. So Shelly, my friend who started work opportunities in Haiti, she met Genia. She heard about her situation. She saw where she was, and she showed up for Genia. And she said, "Please, I have work for you. Come on Monday." And Genia showed up for work. And when she showed up, she was able to bring her sweet baby girl with her to work. Trades of Hope actually fully funds an on-site daycare there in Haiti in this group. So Genia came to work, and she had her daughter with her safe and sound. And that was 5 years ago. And so now for 5 years, Genia has had consistent, reliable work and income. She is able to provide for her daughter, and Genia is growing up like with an incredible education now. So Trades of Hope also, we know that education is an important piece of breaking the cycle of poverty. So we actually fully fund this school for artisan children. It's right there where they work. It's a Montessori-based program, so they're getting an incredible education, and it will continue to grow with them all the way up to 12th grade. We also help fully fund schools we have a school in India, and we also have one in Uganda. And it is certainly the dream of our founders and all of us that work with Trades of Hope to see more and more schools come as a result. But that's just another way that we're able to show up for each other. So Genia, she shows up for work, and because she works and makes these beautiful products, then I'm able to show up for all of you and share her beautiful things, which then in turn means that I can help feed my family. I pay bills for my family with the income that I earn through Trades of Hope. So it's actually this beautiful, dignified partnership that we share. It's an interdependent relationship. And that's just so dignifying. Charity is vital, and it's needed in crisis situations, but it isn't dignifying. And so if we want to move beyond the charity piece so that people have the ability to provide for themselves, because truly that's what we want. We want to be able to do that for ourselves, for our children, for our families. And it's happening. And it's happening because Genia shows up. Shelly showed up for Genia. Genia showed up. She shows up for her daughter. And because she shows up, then I'm able to show up, and all of you show up. And it's just this beautiful, connected circle of hope that we're participating in. And so thank you for showing up for her. And because you've come today, I'm excited to tell you that there are 3 really simple ways to be a part, 3 ways that you can continue to show up for moms like Genia and many others. And so actually, at this point, I'm going to break for a minute and just let you know that this is the time that I would be passing around. So I would have some pieces that are made by the artisan group that Genia works with, and I would pass those around for everyone to see. I would explain the pieces. Then I also point out our fingerprint jewelry from Guatemala. I let them know, like, these pieces are so special and it would be easy for you to miss them. So I want you to know that that beautiful silver charm is actually the fingerprint of the young woman who is in a safe house, and she's there in safety, but she suffered great abuse, but she is finding healing through the work of her hands, and you are part of that process and journey of healing. I also love that Trades of Hope is not just jewelry, although I'll tell you, I have met so many women that are not jewelry wearers, but they will wear Trades of Hope because they love the story and the meaning. So there's something for everyone. But I love that we have gorgeous bags. And at that point, I always pass around one of our more high-end bags. People really need to see that and feel it. So at this point, I would pass around the Merit tote. I would pass around the Rabia. I would show the Merit wallet or the Compassion tote if you have that. But I would pass these around and let everyone see it, tell a little story about the groups there and explain the products. And then I would also explain we have home decor. So I point out our blanket, or I'd point out one of those pieces just so they know that. And then that's when I would go into the 3 ways to show up. And I explain that for every one woman that decides to be a brand ambassador, so you're wearing and you're sharing and just like a higher level Trades of Hope, or you do want to do this the way that I am as a business, then for every one person that does that, 7 other women are able to start their businesses. It's just amazing the exponential impact that we can have through business. Fashion is a force for good. So this can be your business just like it's mine, and it can be whatever you need it to be. And then next, hosting like Lisa. If you pick a date with me tonight, you are going to have a chance to get free shipping on your order, or you can pick a gift that I have. In addition, Lisa's going to get an extra half-priced item, so that's really fun. And it's just an incredible way to be a voice and an advocate to continue the sharing of these stories. And I don't want to make anyone feel awkward here, but it is my commitment to Genia and my partners that I ask every one of you here tonight if you'd be interested presenting and hosting in some capacity. It can be just like this in your living room. It can be at a coffee shop. It could be at a wine bar. It could be online. It could be just a catalog party and some products set up at your desk at work. So whatever works for you and is meaningful to you, we can make that happen together. So I will make sure to ask you, because you are so important. And we all have something that we can contribute and give. And then the most immediate way to show up is by shopping. So I'm gonna pass out catalogs now. I will total up your orders for you at checkout. And this is where I'm gonna be located. So I pick out a space and I let them know where I'm gonna be so that they can just come to me when they're ready. And I explain to them that our shipping is just a flat fee no matter what you purchase. We keep it really low for the customer, and it's going to ship immediately and directly to them so that it doesn't come from the hostess. I make sure to explain that so everybody knows. And then I go pass out catalogs and just encourage everybody to try things on. And that concludes my party presentation. I do also have a picture of Genia. Actually, I have it in like a plastic sleeve. And then I didn't include this in the presentation, but I would explain to them when I'm talking about the 3 ways to have impact and I'm explaining the customer, I have been offering, and this has been really effective. So before I give them catalogs, I have a table of retired products and just some extra stash I have. And I set that in front of them, usually in the coffee table, somewhere nearby. And I point out to them that they have an opportunity at the party. If they decide to shop $100 or more, they will get to pick one of those things for free. And that a lot of those things are vintage, they're not coming back, they're exclusive. So I encourage them to pick something out, decide what they want, and then they'll be able to take that home. That has been very effective for me, so I'm enjoying sharing that and offering that because I love to get free gifts. I love when people offer that, and I participate in parties, and so it brings me so much joy to be able to offer that to customers. It's just a fun extra thank you for them choosing Trades of Hope. So I tell them that, but I also explain that every single order in the party is going to contribute to the goal, our quarterly gift back. And I have the Echo necklace set up, so that way they're able to see if you host anytime by the end of September, you can get this necklace for free as a thank you for the lunches. Plus, you're gonna get at least $100 of free shopping. So I make sure to point that out. And just letting them, sometimes I will point out the map to DR, explaining that this is how awesome Trades of Hope is, that you can actually, like our gift backs, some companies do cars and exclusive trips, and we have a trip, but it's all a part of connected to our artisans and the gift backs we have along the way. So I usually will really impress upon that big goal I'm going for. So I'm going to be really talking a lot about the birth, sponsoring the payment for a midwife for a birth in Madagascar. I'm going to talk about that a lot, and the water wheel and things like that. So just wherever you feel led, it kind of depends on the group and the crowd as to how you infuse that, but I do try to let them know that that's something that we're doing together, just so they understand that really collective good. And this is also something that you can reiterate after they place an order, and when you do some follow-up, just letting them know, hey, your order has helped to accomplish XYZ. And that just, adds letting people know, helps them to feel really good and understand the part of the process and what they're doing. So I hope that this has helped you and been a blessing. Let me know if there's anything else that you need, but I hope that was encouraging. I do want to be better about practicing at the end of my presentation. I want to bring closure and saying it is my fondest hope, saying something like that, like it's my fondest hope that you will find which way showing you want to show up. Like you can think of someone tonight that you may want to show up for, and that you will think about that and be able to leave tonight inspired to be able to go forward and encourage someone else. Or maybe you need that encouraging, and so you let someone know what you need so your needs are met. So I think I want to work on that, like bringing in that closure, but this is a part of doing the the tell your story in 3 minutes. Obviously, a party presentation is more than 3 minutes, but we can get it whittled down shorter following that 3-minute storytelling. So anyways, blessings. Hope this was helpful for you, and I will be happy to answer any questions that you might have.